Oh, hi, my name is Evelyn. I'm here to teach vector addition. Let's talk about vector addition. Uh, for a vector addition, vector addition, a variety of mathematical operation can be performed with and upon vectors, such as operation is the addition of vector. Two vectors can be added together to determine the result. This process of adding two or more vectors has already been discussed in an earlier unit. Recall, recall, rec- recall in determined by the computer the vector of some of individual forcing acting upon the object. That is, the net object was a result of adding up the forces vector. During the unit, the rules of swimming vectors were kept relatively simple. Observe the following simulations: two forces. So let's solve. Let's solve for an equation. First one, um, five vector, 5 force plus 5 will give you 10 meters. 5 vector plus -5 will give you negative, oh no, 0. Going that way, these rules are swimming vectors were applied to free body diagram in order to determine the net forces, that is the vector sum of all individual forces. Sample of applications shown in the diagram below. So let's see. Ooh, ooh. Catch myself, but don't me. Teacher, no, be reading you. If this goes up, if this down, so this is the force of gravity, force of gravity, and force of tension. So force of tension, force of gravity. So the net force is 400 newtons up, and the tension force is 120 newtons, and the force gravity is 800 newtons. So in this unit, the task of swimming vectors will be extended to more application cases in case which the vectors are directed in direction other than purely vertical and horizontal direction. For example, a vector directed up and to the right will be added to a vector directed up and to the left. The vector sum will be determined the more complicated cases shown in the diagram below. Ooh. So there are varieties of methods of determining the magnitude directions of the result of adding two or more vectors. The two methods will be discussed in the lesson and used throughout the entire unit are the Pythagorean theory and the trigonometric method. The Pythagorean theory. The Pythagorean theory is a useful method for determining the result of adding vectors that make a right angle to each other. The method is not applicable for adding more than two vectors or for adding vectors that are not at 90 degrees to each other. The Pythagorean theory is a mathematical equation that relates the length of the side of a right triangle to the length of a hypotenuse of the right triangle. So the equation PCBA. So the equation is A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. To see the method works, consider the following problems. Eric leaves the base camp and hikes 11 kilometers north, 11 kilometers north, north here like this. 11 kilometers north, and then Higgs 11 kilometers east, east. It determines Eric's resulting displacement. So Eric's resulting displacement is from north to east. So you draw the line to get the Eric's resulting displacement. This problem asks to determine the result of adding two placement vectors that are right angles to each other. The result of walking 1 kilometers north and 11 kilometers east is a vector directed northwest to shown in the diagram to the right. Since the northward displacement and the eastward displacement are the right angles to each other, the parallelogram theory can be used to determine the results. Huh? Okay, thank you. I'm done.